Happy Monday, everybody. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing amazing. Hi, Jambir Wiki. Hi, Cloudy. Hi, Flowers. Hi, Savage. I see you checked in here. Cyber says he's in the house too. Pause. How are you doing? I I actually haven't posted anywhere that I was going live, but I've been so busy. Just made it home. Nice. Nice start. Good. Hope everything was well. Good afternoon. Um, there was a change in plans. Okay, because this is like the end of a some not an era because it hasn't been that long, but to me it feels like that. So Doug is moving. He's like a father to me. He says that I'm his adopted daughter, and he's moving away back to Alberta this Friday, no, this Saturday. And so he's been busy packing, but we decided that instead of having him come in, we went and we had a beautiful day Saturday, and we went on he came up to my house early, and we left and we drove for a few hours to different little spots, and we decided to do the interview out in nature, out on the beach and on a bench in a park. Vinny was with us, and good afternoon. So good seeing your familiar names again. Been a long week. It's been a long week, 100%. Been a really long week. It's been busy. But Saturday was a lovely day. It was a beautiful sunny day. It was a bit cool. So we kind of cut things a little short on the outdoors, and we came to my house and we finished the interview here. But it took me about 7 hours to edit. So we had all of Saturday of being doing videoing and doing the interview and just walking and enjoying the day because it was gorgeous, and we went to some beautiful places too. And I edited the video, and I'm gonna be showing it here tonight, today, along with some conversation topics, and I have a couple other. I have, I know for sure one more video to show about longevity because the whole topic was longevity, and the longevity and staying young at heart, right? And when we were out, we focused more on Doug's experience in life because to me, he's a man that I really admire. I admire him a lot. He's very strong. He's gonna be 74 soon, and he's super strong man. Has been through a lot and has remained strong with a good mindset, just focused. And so I thought that just have him share some of his wisdom with us would be really nice. I think there's a lot of really good points that he makes in his lifetime of experiences. Heart Among Thieves, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? And so, yeah, so he's one of the most capable people that I've ever met. So he's a master of many crafts, which he taught himself. He believes that if you put your mind into something and you focus, and you believe that you can do that, you static. Oh no. Okay. Ooh, maybe I'll switch to my old thing. I'm gonna just switch to my. Oh, I can hear the static too. Hold on. Can you still hear the static? There was a thing going up and down on my mic. Is it gone? Good. Okay, perfect. I don't know. I'm still learning. I have a new sound thing, and I'm still learning it. Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks like my voice is too loud now. So I'm trying to make my mic sound a little bit better, and I used to use this little guy here. It's a really cheap Fi-Fine sound thing, and apparently this one is like a lot better, but I'm still learning how to use it, so all good. But again, Doug is the kind of person who believes you can figure almost anything out if you're willing to try and have a good, open mind. And Doug and I actually, there's a little story behind us on how we met. And I'm going to share a little bit of that with you guys, if you don't mind. So, Doug and I, so in 2021, um, in 2021, I, I'm a single parent and I don't have family around. I don't really even know a lot of people here now, and especially now Doug is living, so it's going to be even less in town. I know people outside of town further away, but not really here in town. And so, but I was getting ready to build a food truck because the whole job thing wasn't working for me with Vinny, and he was getting closer to school age. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I am going to buy a cargo trailer, and I'm going to build a food trailer. I'm going to convert that into a food trailer. And because I used to have a restaurant, and there's no way I could like have a restaurant, but I thought maybe the food trailer would be like a good investment I can build. I'm sure I can because I can do anything I put my mind into. It's just a belief that I also have that we both share. And I honestly, I made it look good. I got all the equipment, but I had no idea how to do plumbing or electric or any of that stuff. So I went to Home Depot to buy all the parts to start building this thing. And Doug worked there, and he's looking at me, looking at all these plumbing parts, and he's like, "Hey, young lady, what are you looking what are you looking for? Can I help you with something?" I'm like flustered. I'm like, I don't know what I need. I'm building this food trailer, and I don't know how to do plumbing. I'm researching on the internet how to do it. I'm watching YouTube videos. And he said, I have 2 days left of work here at Home Depot. I'm quitting because it's not my thing, and I can help you. I charge really cheap, and I know how to do all this stuff. Because when he's like pushing my cart and picking up all this part, you're gonna need this, you're gonna need that, or you're gonna need this for, and he's like thinking and thinking, and he doesn't even know what the food truck looked like. Yeah, the food trailer and what I have in there. But I was explaining, I have a triple sink, I have a single sink, and he's like picking up all these parts and putting them in the cart for me and letting me know what I'm gonna need. And he was so enthusiastic about it. So I'm like, yes, for sure, I need help. And so when he came and we were doing this together, I was just so, oh, Flawless, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for the resub. 9 months. Oh my gosh. And we did it really quick. As soon as he stepped in, it had been 2 months of me putting up walls and getting the equipment together. As soon as he stepped in, we were done in no time. And he blew my mind on so much he knows, you know. It's been that long, I know. Oh my gosh, it doesn't, yeah, it's feels like yesterday. But yeah, like I said, Doug and I, we built 4 of these things. We built 4 food trailers together. And when I saw him working it, I could see like his skills and problem solving abilities that he has. And I was just really, and we became friends. It was very quick. The first food truck we were building, I came into the house. We were building up on the road. I would come into the house and I'll make us some food to have lunch. We'll sit down and have lunch together and stuff. And we became close friends. We have a lot of the same mind frame, and we became close friends. And he basically adopted me as like his daughter, right? We did a lot of we hung out together and we did a lot of things together. But his family's all in Alberta, and so he goes back and forth a lot. He travels a lot. He loves road trips. He has friends everywhere, and he takes his Harley Davidson. He just owns the road, you know. And that really represents what it means to stay curious, keep learning, and truly, truly stay young at heart. And tonight, we're going to talk about all that stuff together here after we watch the video. Yeah, so she love Yugi investing in your own Ageless Yugi 75. Oh, is that Sook? Oh my gosh. It just minds Johnny that sub. Hold on. I'm confused. Sorry. Anyway, so I'm going to be playing the video that we made. That it is. I'm sorry. I turned blurbs down. I turned all the blurbs down, guys. Actually, I am going to pin that. We don't. How do you say? I don't keep blurbs on Mental Health Mondays. That's the one day I don't keep blurbs on. And I have. Let me see if this is gonna work. It worked! Yay! I have this background music, but I'm gonna stop so that we can play the video. And oh, I'm gonna take my camera off too. Hold on. I'm gonna get my camera off so you get the whole view. So was this past Saturday. This video, the whole video was filmed on Saturday, and I edited on Sunday. So where's the thing? Come on, Sushi. I haven't streamed since last Tuesday, and I'm already forgetting everything. Oh my gosh. Okay. Pause this. There we go. Thank you, Flawless. Jamie the Harry, thank you for the lurk. Okay, here we go, guys. Oh! Hold on a second, guys. It's really choppy for some reason. I'm trying to understand why. Okay. And there was no sound, so I'm gonna turn the sound up too, so you guys can hear. Sorry about that. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't stay choppy. Maybe I'll turn the quality down a bit. I think it's HD. It's not even 4K, so I think it should be okay. Okay, let's go.
I don't think anything's impossible. It just, everybody's different. Some people it takes a little longer. Some people it takes a little shorter. Some things are faster. Some things are shorter. It depends on how your mind works. But I think everything and anything is possible. I think if you were to put your mind into it, like when you're at a younger age, there's no reason that by the time you retire that you wouldn't be at least a millionaire or more.
Thank you for letting me know. Hold on, let me just. Oh, I know why. I had it really short. Oh, I had it really quiet because of the music. Thanks. I have to remember this. Do you guys want me to start again? No, it's quiet. Yeah, it was quiet. Yeah, yes, it was quiet. I'll start again. It was only a minute, so I'll start again. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
So I don't think anything's impossible. It just, everybody's different. Some people it takes a little longer. Some people it takes a little shorter. Some things are faster. Some things are shorter. It depends on how your mind works. But I think everything and anything is possible. I think if you were to put your mind into it, like when you're at a younger age, there's no reason that by the time you retire that you wouldn't be at least a millionaire or more. Rational thought, being able to look at things and read things and listen to things and being able to take the good and leave the bad out of it. To learn how to control one's anger. And another good one is to learn how to make everything, doesn't matter if it's bad or not, but make something good out of everything. Your community, getting together with other kids often, visiting people.
I agree.
That's what it should be. I took a different job to bring our company back from going bankrupt, and we moved to Calgary. And where we moved was probably in the roughest community in Calgary, Forest Lawn. And there was a multicultural school right across the street from us. Hell's Angels lived beside us. And it was probably, for my two girls and my son, it was probably the most rewarding place to be because they learned so much about different cultures there. That school was open till 9, 10 o'clock every night. There was different cultures and it was poor people, but only poor in money, not poor in life, right? Went there. And they learned what other cultures were like, so they didn't have the racism that a lot of kids got, eh? The way I've always looked at it is, like in the old days, they'd say, "Oh, look at them guys are getting high," or "Here, have a joint." And I go, "I don't need that shit." Because I said I get high on life, and I use the stress of life to advance myself. I make it a challenge, and so I can do better. I take the stress and I turn it into a challenge, and I worked hard, and I always believed I could do anything, didn't matter what it was. And so some things were a little slower, lots of things were quite a bit faster, because once you start turning it into things, you learn how to do it. So the big thing is to turn stress into good things. Yeah. Well, I retired at 65, and then after 2 weeks of being so bored that I was going to maybe do something bad, I decided, well, okay, I'll find a different profession. And so I took on a different profession that I'd never done before, and I did it, and it's the same thing. It doesn't matter what you want to do. If you want to do it, you can do anything. So I took on other things, and I became a carpenter, which I was never a carpenter before. And in order to succeed at things, you have to care. If you care, then you can do things, right? So the first thing is care what you're doing. Care for other people. Care that what you do is good. And do the best you can do. And then other people will recognize that. Well, I think free is bad. I think free doesn't teach respect. So number one, everybody, even kids, should earn what they get. And if you want your kids to grow up to be good and to respect people, then that's what you have to teach them. Oh, you always have some regrets, certain things. Not very many. A little bit hard on my boys when they grew up. I regret that. As you're a father and you get more kids and you go along, it gets easier and easier. But yeah, well, I have a few regrets about that. Not really too many. I mean, I worked hard. I tried to supply for my family, roof over the head and everything. I don't regret any of that. I regret that maybe I worked too much nowadays. I don't know. I don't know if I regret working that much or not. Maybe spending more time with my family. But you know, at the time, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
To make ends meet, to make everybody happy, and to feed them all. And so, yeah, that's maybe one. Maybe I worked too much. Well, like, I'm proud of all my kids. I'm proud of what they've done and what they're doing, where they've gone. So in that way, it kind of keeps it more so. My two girls, I was a single parent, so I brought my two boys up, and then my two girls by myself, basically. So life isn't always easy when you're doing that.
No.
But I would do it all again in a heartbeat. Because I love them a lot. And yeah, I was harder on the boys than the girls, for sure. At times, not all the time. You know, you try to make them better, and sometimes they don't want to do things, and so you might get a little hard on them sometimes. So I had like Jason. All the kids had horses, so. And Jason was a bit scared of horses, so I was trying to show him that he didn't need to be scared. And the horse jerked up, and he kind of got hurt a little bit. So It's all part of learning to be a father.
Oh yeah. We're gonna make lots of mistakes as parents, right?
Oh, guaranteed, everybody does.
And
What I really miss is my grandmother's. Like, she was the most awesome cook ever. She made apple strudel that is unbelievable compared to the stuff they have today. I remember in the house we didn't have power or running water or nothing like that, and the basement was like a dirt floor in that. But she'd make homemade root beer. Remember in the nighttime you'd hear them popping, the caps popping off sometimes. It was pretty cool.
oh, that's cool.
But it was the best root beer ever, eh?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I remember going downstairs, and there was a big stone crock with a wood on top and a big rock. And us kids would have to get the rock off so we could get underneath. And it was Granny making sauerkraut, eh?
Oh,
Oh, it was. We'd go down and just pig out on the sauerkraut. It was so delicious.
nice.
There was a cat lived down there. And I remember my aunt, they lived in Regina, 120 miles away, and they wanted the cat, so they took the cat to their place. Well, the cat didn't stay there long, and so the cat ran away. And it took about 4 months, and the cat showed up at Granny's place.
Oh, wow.
Walked all the way there, yeah.
Wow.
Found its way home.
That is,
Granny opened the door, it went to the basement door, and then downstairs it went where it wanted to be. Yeah. Yes, I'm proud of me. Okay, I like me. I like the way I am. I help a lot of people. I haven't always helped a lot of people, but now in my retirement, my older age, I really like the way I've turned out. I like me. I like the way I am, and I help lots of people.
yeah, you do.
And yeah, that's what I like. That's, a lot of people don't know it, but I like me, and I think that's very important. Also, to being healthy is to like yourself. There's some things that I did that I didn't like, you know,
Of course.
and I worked on them. Yeah. And I'm still not perfect, but the way I am now, I don't think I would change it ever, because I like the way I am. I like the way I live. I live kind of like a gypsy. I love
yeah,
that,
you
eh?
do.
I like living like a gypsy. I like people, and I have a lot of friends all over the place.
You do.
I'm okay with riding my bike 500, 600 miles by myself with my thoughts in my head, because I like me, right? And so I'm okay with that. And at the end of the road, there's always somebody, right? That you either talk to, you can make friends with, that you know, or that you can help. And that's part of the reason I do it. I like the freedom, and I'm a bit of a gypsy. I move around a lot, but I always come back. You have to think about your body. You have to stretch sometimes. You have to pick up with your legs so you don't screw your back for the rest of your life. You should always be thinking, even when you're young, about being healthy. There's people that never think of that. And you know, I gotta say, I'm not perfect by any means. Like, I'm glad I'm not a cat. Cat only has 9 lives.
Yeah.
I've probably used up 40 by now, eh?
I know. And a lot of them helping people too.
Oh yes.
And one question that I have about that, actually, because you got hurt a lot of times helping people, including helping me once with the car accident. You broke his sternum.
Yeah.
Did any of those things ever discourage you from helping people?
Oh no, never. No. It's an attitude, and life is an attitude, and my attitude is I can do anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if I want to be a lawyer, I can be a lawyer. If I want to be a doctor, I can be a doctor. I can be anything. I can be a mechanic. And another important thing about life is everybody is equal. You and I are equal. Me and that lady over there are equal. Me and them kids are equal. There's nobody better than anybody else.
Nope.
We're all equals. Even when I sat behind the desk and there was a dirty job coming up, I would go out onto the shop floor and I'd be the guy in there first, doing that dirty job. And I find that people worked for me a lot better that way. And the production went way up because
you lead by example,
I showed everybody respect, and I led by example. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, there's kids don't know that life. This here is about the best as you're going to get in a park here, right? Other than that, they stay at home. They're inside, and especially in the cities and that, and playing their games, right? But I mean, in some ways, it's not a bad thing either because they build their hand-eye coordination on the games and stuff like that, and they learn to use the computers, which is what the life is going to be, right? Is. So they learn that instead. Back then it was different. We played outside to survive. We learned how to survive. Nowadays they don't have that. So no, it's just different times. Well, basically, I think probably when computers first came out. It was a pretty amazing thing that you go in, and if you type all them things in, numbers and dots in correctly, something would come out that you wanted. I was pretty amazed by that.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
And that's when the old VIC-20 come out.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that was one of the first computers, yeah.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool. So one day she phones me up and says, I said, what you doing? She says, oh, I got to go get the oil change in my truck. Oh, why don't you do it? Well, I've never done it. Well, so why don't you do it? And she lived at that time probably a little over an hour away from me. She said, well, why don't you come show me? So I said, okay, I'll be there in an hour and a half. And I drove there and I got out a pair of coveralls and I gave them to her. And there's your truck. Here's an oil pan. Here's a wrench. Go under there and pull the plug. Make sure you don't drop it in the oil pan. There's going to be full of oil in there. And so she's under there grunting and that. So I had to show her some tricks because it was tight. And so, oh, I got it loose, she says. Right on. Don't drop that plug in. Oh, I won't. And all of a sudden I hear this. Ah! Everybody drops the plug in the oil pan. Eh? I was rolling around on the ground. It was so funny. It was so hilarious. Anyway, we got the oil change done and she was happy and yeah, it was great. Be more patient.
Be more patient?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patience, me and patience is hard.
Patience with life in general, or with yourself, or with other people?
With myself.
Yourself mostly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I would tell them. Be more patient. Yeah. I don't know, not really lost, but yeah, maybe a little bit of my first divorce was hard on me, but time heals all.
Time heals all.
Yep.
Time and patience, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. So there was a job in a shop. So the first 2 weeks I went in as a worker. Nobody knew what my position was. And after that we had a meeting with the shop and they learned I was the boss. And so there was a girl, her name was Oriana, little girl, about yay high, training to be a heavy duty mechanic. She was second year. So that second year, you're qualified to work on brakes on semi-trucks and trailers. So I had her bring in a triaxle trailer. And I told her to do the brakes on it. And I would go by once in a while as she was doing the job and make sure it's clean. That's all I'd say, and I'd keep on going and doing my thing. So a couple of days, maybe a day and a half, she came back to me, yep, job's done. So I said, well, that's very good. Good time. Pick any one of them 6 wheels on that triaxle trailer and pull the set of duals off. She said, why? I said, I want to see what kind of workmanship you did. So she picked a set and she pulled it off. I said, so take the brake shoes off. So she did. I said, now lick the axle. And she looked at me and she says, you're nuts. I said, well, if you did the job right, you would lick the axle. If I do a triaxle or if I do a brake job and I clean it, I'll lick it. And it was hilarious. So anyway, long story short, she had to pull the whole thing apart and redo it all. But she learned, although she didn't talk to me for 3 weeks. She turned out to be a very good mechanic. About what other people think. I don't need to worry about, you should worry about you, not what other people think of you. As long as you're honest and you're kind, what other people take as a weakness is not necessarily true. You should worry about you, not about what other people think.
That's really true. And it doesn't really matter what they think. It's not going to do anything to you.
No.
And also, different people have different perspectives of who you are, depending on how they see you and what they experience of you too.
And also depending on their goals and what they want to achieve and how they can use you to achieve their goals, and that's not right either. More than one kind of love. I learned very early and continue to find that it's true that I do not pick women very well. That's a fact. So that is something to stay out of. The other type of love, which I think is way more important, is way stronger, is love for my children and love for my other human beings. That I really like and I do very well.
Hey, but there's one positive thing about the bad woman that you picked that gave you beautiful children.
Yeah, they did. That's why I would do it again. Yep.
Yes.
I think people should slow down and smell the roses. Okay, and that means exactly that. Slow down and enjoy life. I was too hard on my life. I worked too hard, and I did. I worked very hard, but when I didn't work, I played hard. So, and that's the way it was. There was go, go, go. And so slow down and smell the roses a little bit. That doesn't mean stop working or not go, go, but don't go, go, go. Okay? So, yeah. It's a simple thing. A lot of people retire and become couch potatoes, and then they sit there and they die there. What you got to do is you have to stay active. That doesn't mean you have to work, but you have to do things. So when I retired, I stayed active. I took on a job that as a handyman. I fixed everything and anything because I like fixing things. And now I'm gonna move on from that, but I still need to stay active. I'm not a couch potato. I'll watch a show, don't get me wrong, but I'm moving on now. Been 9 years since I retired. I've been on the island 9 years, kind of a gypsy. Now, my next stage, I'm moving back to Red Deer. I'm gonna be in a condo, but so I've been thinking about this because I don't want to become that couch potato and die sitting watching a TV. So I'm gonna start a few new adventures. I'm still gonna do a little bit of handiwork because I like people. The next thing, because I wanna slow that down a little bit, I'm gonna take up Tai Chi. So I don't know nothing about Tai Chi, but I believe that one can do anything one wants. So I ordered a book off Amazon, and here in the next week I will be starting Tai Chi on my own to start with for the first month or two, and then I think I'll join a Tai Chi place once I know a little bit what to do. You need to keep active. You need to go out and do things. You need to walk. You need to get upper body strength. You gotta, like when I walk, I move my arms, I stretch my shoulders, I stretch my neck, I stretch my hips, and I stretch my legs when I walk. If you don't keep your body active, it will die on you. Mm-hmm. You know, the bone mass and all that stuff, and that's the other thing. Maybe when you get old, like I am, you want to look for some kind of vitamins that will help with your body, will help with your bones. Like you want to take a little extra zinc. You want to take, in the wintertime, lots of vitamin D. Vitamin D is a very good immune thing, and it fights off everything. You don't want to get carried away on these vitamins because they can do harm too. You need to do it and do everything. Start it off slow and work into it. But vitamins, certain amount are good. Over that, not good.
I think that if you weren't as active as you have been, that truck accident that you had, it would probably have hit you a lot harder, right?
Well, I broke this bone right in half, mm-hmm. and the doctor said, well, you got to take all this time. You can't move or nothing, and we can't do anything about it. So I went home and I researched it, and I found this guy. He had bought this vest thing, and he said it worked awesome for him. So I went on Amazon, and $89 later, I had this vest. And the problem with this bone healing back together is because you're moving, and it's always separating. But you put the vest on, not too tight, it hurt. So just so it doesn't hurt, and it held the bone together, and I healed up 3 weeks.
We were building a food truck right after.
Oh yeah,
right?
No problem at all. Well, I would say grab life by the balls and squeeze. Attack life. Enjoy life. You only have one of them. Don't sit back and squander your life away. Help people, love people, and attack it and enjoy it. That's what you got to do. That's what life is for. And if there's something you want to do, do it. If it doesn't turn out that way, find another way to do it. There's always another way. More research, you know, and you can do anything. Just take your life, enjoy it, and do it, you know. That's what I would recommend. I read an old Chinese proverb here, and they said, if you want to buy something, wait 3 days, and then go look at it again and see if you still want to buy it. Don't buy on impulse. Make sure you need it. And then when you can buy it, if it lasts that long. If not, it's gone, and you saved the money. And that's how you eliminate stress also. Processed food is very bad for you. It's very easy. The simple, easy stuff is not good. You got to start staying away from McDonald's and A&W and Dairy Queen and so on and so forth. That food is not food. I'm most grateful for my children, my family of friends. Mm-hmm. They're very important to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty, my health, of course. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm glad I'm not a cat with only 9 lives, because I'm sure I've used up 40 of them by now, but I'm grateful for my health. My health is my own responsibility, for sure, 100%. Yeah. And that doesn't mean I really took care of it really well, but I did try all my life, and I lifted heavy. So I guess my last message would be to look at what we discussed today, and you don't have to agree with it all, that's fine, but take what you think is relevant, take what you think you can expand upon, and move forward with it. And even if you can take one thing out of this and move forward, you're a better person for it. And that makes me happy that I was able to at least maybe share one thing that helps you. And that's it.
What'd you guys think? Thank you, Haas. Thank you. What an awesome person, right? He's a really amazing soul. I'm yes, I'm very proud to have met him and to have had him be a part of my life for so long, you know? Thank you, Chill Guide Rich. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jember. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, we decided that instead of coming here, although, he's coming back in the winter, he's going to spend a couple of months here in the island. So we're going to have to do a live, I think. We have to have a live chat conversation because, it's always nice to have, the wisdom. And it would be nice to, I was thinking that it would be nice to know if chat wants to ask him questions and all that. I think that'd be great. But yeah, I'm very, very grateful to have met him and to have him be my Canadian dad. Like I call him, he's my Canadian dad, right? Rabinsky, very much the same. Yeah. So yeah, very good insight from him, and he really is an inspiration of where we should strive to become, as I feel that, he always has a very positive mindset moving forward, and believe that you can do anything because you can do anything. You really can. Whatever you want to do, you move forward with it and you just make it happen, right? And that's why I was actually worried about, hi, Grandmaster Ong, how are you doing? You can do it, exactly. Just like you put your mind frame and you're doing your juggling, anyone can do anything. And that's not, like, you can do anything. And so, be good at work? Nice. Not nice, but nice. Nice, not nice. Nice, you gotta bring some money home. Not nice, working, but working is good. So, yes, and there's something about reaching a certain point in life where you begin to see things differently, right? You begin to kind of understand what truly, truly matters. And a lot of people, including myself, think that life is about holding on to people, holding on to things, holding on to expectations, to who you thought you should be. But over time, I think that as you age, you realize that holding on can be really exhausting, right? I don't know if you guys can resonate with that. And I'm going to be 45 this coming Saturday, and I feel like the older I get, the more experience I have in life, the more insight I have, and I'm learning more things about myself. I feel like I said last week, I believe that when I spend time alone, the more time I spend alone, the more I'll learn about myself. And so I feel like the greatest gift you can give yourself is to let go, let go of the past, let go of the pain, let go of the story that keeps you stuck. You know what I mean? No, it's delighting. Impermanence, juggling teach me how to let go. And I believe juggling, it's probably a very humbling thing to do, because when you begin, it takes a lot of focus, because it takes a while for you to get good at it. And that's with everything, even like stretching also, yeah, lots of drops, but you don't give up, and then you get good. And it's with everything, a lot of failures. Exactly. So when you let go of all of that, so when you have that space, you start to rediscover yourself, right? You push through the difficulties, exactly. Again and again, push through, push through, push through. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable when you get to know something new and when you're trying to learn something new, and it is uncomfortable because you don't know. And if you can manage your ego, you can learn anything, because I think ego is a lot has a lot to do with it, because especially when you're learning from somebody else. But I feel like I want to learn when I want to learn something, I want to learn from the best, you know. And I learned a lot of skills from Doug, a lot of them. Yeah. Yes, failure is when you learn lessons how to succeed. I have spoken. Yes, failure is not failure. It's not. There's something to learn from, and you can't really. When you fail is when you learn how to do better next time, right? Because in my opinion, there's no such thing as a failure. Actually, like it's a stepping to keep going, right? You love the moment in the video he started about Tai Chi and just admitting he knows nothing about it, but will start something new. That would definitely be him. They benefit him. Exactly. 100%. And he's always being like that. Like he retired, like he was saying earlier in the video, that he retired and he was bored and he just decided to learn a new trade, and he started learning carpentry. And he decided to slow down with the handyman work just earlier. No, actually, not earlier this year, last year. Hey, ukpuk. Hello, welcome in. First time chatter. Yeah. Never too late to learn something new. Exactly. And that's what makes life worth living, is to just keep learning different things. Yes? It's important, right? So when you let go of the old version of yourself, you make room, right? To not the version of yourselves that shaped by fear, expectations. I know English is not my first language either, so bear with me. So when you let go of that, you make room for the real you, right? The one that the real you that has been okey pokey. Yeah. So the one that has been there waiting all along, just waiting for you, the real you, to come home, and there's a certain freedom in that, right? Not all dramatic, but steady, like a whisper that says, like, you're allowed to be here, you're allowed to feel, you're allowed to live your life your way, and maybe that's what freedom really is. Not escaping life, but embracing it, right? Really embracing it, right? And that's it. So, and something we don't talk about enough is that we outgrow versions of ourselves, but we don't always release them, embrace them, and then release them, So, yeah. This is why I learn. Let's stick with Okie Pokey. Okay, we'll stick to that. I'm gonna stop. Uki Pookie? Maybe? I don't know. This is why I learn all trades I have and can. If I build or something useful with my hands, then I'm happy. It's nice to use your hands, like to just learn by doing it, It's great. I like that a lot. Yes, I really, really like that. I have another video, actually. It's not a motivational video, and this is right at the beginning. It's not a motivational video. It's a video that it helps you just, like Doug said, grab life by the balls and squeeze. I love that he said that. He wanted to answer that question outside, and then I said, no, you can say that. It's fine. You go ahead. It was I love that so much. What an awesome man. I'm gonna miss not having him around here, and Don't forget to turn and cough. Yeah. Yes. Hey, Dave. Hi, Dave. Thanks for being here. Grab life's D and twist it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the name of this video is, and it's a 15-minute video. It's called 8 Steps to Reclaim Your Life. Grasp it firmly. Thank you. I have some sparkling water, and I put a little cranberry juice, like pure cranberry juice. It's from my stomach. Try to stay gentle. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so I know now how to turn the sound down on this thing. But yeah, okay, so. Okay, so let me get my camera off so I can make funny faces without you guys saying. And then I'll turn my mic down, and then, yeah, let's go. Please, guys, pay attention to this video. It's really good. I highly, please pay attention to it, okay? This is really good, all right? Okay, so one thing about this guy, the guy that is making this video, his name is, what is his name again? Hold on just a second. His name is Brian Johnson. This guy, he's 47, but his body's age is 18. Okay? He's trying to see how long he can live. That's kind of his goal in life. See how long he can go. And he's giving you tips on longevity, like huge. So please, let's go.
Video. This is not self.
Oh, I forgot. I have to turn the sound up again. There you go. Just a little sound. Okay.
This is not a motivational video. This is not self-help fluff. This is systems level personal alignment. Most people are underinformed, overstimulated, and biologically misaligned. We didn't choose this environment, but we are responsible for how we respond to it. Today, I want to show you how to realign your life, not through motivation or hacks, but through a set of principles that actually work. 8 steps to move you from stuck and depleted to aligned, capable, and fully engaged with your life.
In other news, scientists have confirmed that the future is dim. Life as we know it is going downhill, seemingly forever.
Brian Johnson has announced that YOLO is dead, and that he plans to reach immortality by the year 2039.
That's you. That's us. And you? I'm you. But how? The Brian verse, it gets complicated. The point is, I'm you in the future, and my life is awesome. So much better than whatever this is.
Today marks the death of YOLO and the beginning of Don't Die.
Don't die? What the? Do you want to die? Well, I mean, eventually. Do you want to die today? Definitely not today. Exactly. Look, I know life feels grim, but the truth is, you're out of alignment with it. This year, we're going to fix it for good. I mean, it sounds nice, but I wouldn't even know where to start. Oh, I'll show you where to start from. Who are you talking to? Roll the tape. Step 1, do hard things.
44 degrees and it's nice and rainy outside.
Nothing changes until you're willing to be uncomfortable, willing to do hard things.
I'm up early in the morning. I'm up 4 or 5 in the morning. I really enjoy working hard.
Most people aren't stuck because they don't know what to do. They're stuck because they're comfortable. Excuses sound reasonable. I don't have time. It won't really matter. This is just who I am. Friends, most of what holds you back isn't reality. It's the stories you repeat. Stories that feel convincing, but they aren't truth. You have the power to change the narrative, but this requires friction. stepping outside the stories that keep you safe. I urge you to make the decision. You can do hard things. You must do hard things.
Everything worth doing is hard. And the more worth doing it is, the harder it is.
Start where you're at and do something that's maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone, maybe a little bit of a challenge, and see how it goes.
Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad.
This is how change begins, by choosing discomfort in the service of growth. And slowly, the false narratives and excuses lose their power. This is the beginning of self-alignment. Step 2. The end is the beginning. Most self-help videos start with the perfect morning routine.
Everyone knows if you win the morning, you win the day.
Your morning routine is actually the most important part of your whole day.
But that's where they fall short, because the truth is, your day doesn't begin when you wake up. It begins the night before.
Every successful morning starts with an early night.
The secret to owning your mornings doesn't begin with an alarm clock. It begins in the quiet hours before sleep.
Your morning routine begins the night before.
In order to regain control, clarity, and alignment, it all starts with sleep.
There's a global sleep loss epidemic shaped by this thing called the modern world.
Every single thing that you do better with a good night's sleep.
Make sleep your #1 priority above everything else. It sounds counterintuitive, but I promise you'll be more productive, more energetic, more present for the people.
Dan, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. That is so sweet of you. Guys, Dan is also a mental health person, and he streams mental health videos. He's Canadian, Dan the Knuck. Another Canadian here. He focuses on mental health. He reads in his streams. He talks about different topics in his stream. An amazing soul right here too. You know, Dan, I thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for trusting me with your people. We were doing a stream today about longevity. I had a video that I interviewed my friend earlier, and now I'm showing a video about 8 steps to reclaim your life and how to be the best version of yourself. How, you know, the little steps. So welcome in. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just started about 5 minutes ago. So enjoy.
People you care about. The benefits aren't subtle, they compound, so become a professional sleeper. It starts with a wind-down ritual, something you do every night with no exceptions. These aren't just habits, they're instructions. Finish your last meal at least 4 hours before bed. Give your body time to digest, slow down, and enter repair mode. Lower the lights, eliminate blue light, shut off screens, remove stimulation. Prepare your mind for sleep. Read, walk, breathe, stretch, meditate. Feel that? That's your resting heart rate lowering, quietly predicting the high-quality sleep to come.
If your sleep is best, you will be at your best.
Having good sleep habits and consistent sleep habits actually can help you heal.
Go to bed at the same time, every night, no exceptions. Because when sleep is aligned, everything else follows. Step 3, start your day with purpose. The first few hours after waking, quietly decide the fate of the rest of the day. Most people wake up already behind, reacting, rushing, scrolling, absorbing chaos before they've even left the bedroom. And then they wonder why their life feels scattered. Chaos in the morning becomes chaos everywhere else. This is why a morning routine matters, not because it's trendy, but because consistency creates stability, and stability gives you leverage over your day. Wake up at the same time, every day. Get bright light in your eyes, sunlight if it's available, full spectrum light if it's not. Move your body. Walk, stretch, breathe. Nothing heroic. Just enough to shift from passive to present. Whoa. Hold on a second. Two things. First, I'm not a morning person. And second, that bedtime routine? No screens? No TikTok? Yes. That is a problem. And we will get to that. I don't know, Future Brian. This sounds like a lot of work. Fear not, young Unk. You can do hard things. Now, may I continue? Step 4, future-proof your body. Exercise isn't about today, it's about who you're allowed to be at 60, 80, 100.
Being sedentary, being physically inactive is a disease.
There's nothing more important for maintaining health and wellness than taking care of muscle health.
Most people treat movement like an optional habit, something to fit in if there's time. But the truth is, the body adapts to what you ask of it, or to what you don't.
Resistance training or endurance training, that's a stimulus for stress, and the adaptation to that stress is how you get better.
Weight training is one of those things where you get a dose of it, and for days after, under the hood, it's upgrading your body.
So make movement non-negotiable daily. Not for aesthetics, not for punishment, but for capability. Build strength, practice mobility, flexibility, train your heart, increase your VO2 max. Each of these are major predictors of longevity. Yes, we all want to look hot and be jacked. That's an excellent benefit. But this is really about lifelong ability. It's the difference between independence and dependence. Train now so your future self stays resilient, building a body that carries you forward. Step 5, treat food as medicine. Food isn't just food, it's medicine. It's fuel, and over time, it becomes your health or your illness. This is one of the hardest shifts for people to make, not because it's complicated, but because the system is stacked against you.
It's laughable. We don't have the safest food system in the world.
Ultra-processed foods in the UK and the US are being linked to around 14% of early deaths.
We live in a food environment designed to exploit human weakness. Additives, sugar, hyper-palatable combinations engineered to keep you hungry and sick. And much of that isn't your fault. But once you see it, responsibility takes hold, and awareness demands action.
Ultimately, we're the ones who decide what to buy, what to eat, and how much.
If you change your diet at any point in your life, you can add lots of healthy years.
Prioritize whole foods, nutrient-dense foods. Eat clean protein, unprocessed carbohydrates, fruits, vegetables, healthy fats. And reduce aggressively processed foods, added sugar, artificial additives, dyes, alcohol, and smoking. A simple truth, all food is guilty until proven innocent. Yes, it's harder, but the alternative is harder later.
What's the biggest threat to our dietary health today? Ultra-processed foods.
Do you have a healthy relationship with food? Have a think about it.
And I'll say this from experience. If you're tired, unmotivated, moody, poor food choices are almost always the culprit. Fix what you eat, and you don't just change your body, you change how you think, how you feel, and how capable you are of showing up for life. Step 6, kill the distractions.
Smartphone addiction.
Internet gaming addiction.
Binge watching addiction.
You are what you repeatedly expose yourself to, physically, mentally, emotionally, and neurologically. Every input shapes you. And right now, most people are drowning in noise.
The game is getting attention at all costs.
Smartphone said this thing's a slot machine in your pocket.
There's no reason to ever put it away.
Endless feeds, breaking news, background television, games designed to keep you hooked. This is ultra-processed content, junk food for the mind. It feels stimulating, but it leaves you scattered, anxious, reactive.
It's actually changing the physiology of our brain.
We are all becoming more ADHD-like.
So lessen the inputs, strengthen the signal, set boundaries, decide what earns your attention and what doesn't. And if you need help, use limitations, time caps, app blockers, fewer notifications. This isn't about cutting yourself off from the world, it's about protecting your clarity. Step 7, remove isolation.
Chronic loneliness and social isolation
can be as bad or worse for you than smoking about a pack of cigarettes a day.
Talking to somebody actually feels good. It increases your positive emotion. It gives you a sense that your life is going better.
Doing hard things doesn't stop with discipline or routines. One of the hardest things in the modern world is showing up for other people.
Happiest part of my day.
We weren't meant to do life alone. Isolation isn't strength. It's damage, slowly accumulating.
When we are lonely, we are more likely to create addiction.
Loneliness is killing us.
Humans thrive on connection, on emotional bonds, on being seen, heard, and understood. A life without connection may look efficient, but it's empty. So prioritize relationships, friends, family, love. Have real conversations, share meals, take walks, laugh together. These moments ground us. They remind us why we're doing all of this in the first place.
You need friendship. You deserve friendship. And you deserve to have fun.
These connections require effort, vulnerability, presence, which is why they matter. Step 8, stop watching motivational garbage. Yes, including this video. Because if you're watching this just to feel inspired and then planning to wake up tomorrow as the same person, this video will not help you. In fact, motivation might be the thing holding you back. Here's the trap. You feel bad, you watch something inspiring, you feel good, and then you do nothing. Repeat. Motivation gives you the feeling of progress without the cost of change. So what actually creates change? Self-trust. Real change doesn't come from hype.
Don't have to be perfect to get what you want.
It comes from keeping small promises to yourself, little by little, day by day, building trust, advancing capacity. No more big declarations.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
No more New Year's vows.
This is your year.
No more identity overhauls that last a week. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Pick one small thing. Do it today. Do it again tomorrow. Do it when it's boring. Do it when it's uncomfortable. Do it when you don't feel like it. Repeat that long enough and something begins to change. You start to trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, you can do harder things. Keep bigger promises to the people around you and to yourself. This is the real work. This is alignment. This is how you reclaim your identity. Be someone you can count on. Wow, I wonder if this kind of life is really possible. Brian, it is. I exist because you followed through. Holy smokes! Future Brian just I like.
What do you guys think about that? I don't know if you guys were really locked in. I know I was really locked in. I was locked in the video. I watched this video and I made Vinny watch this video. I'm like, you gotta watch from the beginning to the end. You gotta watch everything. It's okay, fellas. No worries. Seriously, no worries at all. He's funny. Straight to the point. No bullshitting, right? To stop watching. That's funny. Future Brian's a smart guy, right? Yeah. The editing was fantastic. They added like little clips of really good stuff, right? Really nice. I love that. Really good. Yeah, I love that. I moved my monitors a little bit further this way today, and I'm trying to get used to the whole thing again. You know, we're all trying to you know, do the stuff. So yeah, like he was saying, do hard things. And that's one of the things Doug was talking about as well on, you know, the interview I had with him. It's so hard to have a consistent bedtime. Exactly. It is hard. It is tough. It is tough. But, you know, oh, no problem. No problem, sister. No problem. Yeah, you gotta weigh it down, right? It's just something to get used to adapt to, you know what I mean? But I found this video very, very fitting because a lot of the things that he talked about, Doug talked about some of those things as well. And, you know, do hard things, and everything new can be hard and uncomfortable, but as long as we have an open mind and we really have a drive to do it, we can do anything, you know? Like, yes, I want to sleep, but equally I love spending time with everyone. I agree, you know. And I've been really lately consistent. Just means at the same time, not early. Yes, consistent. But the thing about that though, Dave, also you gotta realize that there's a circadian rhythm, right? The light in your time zone, the light, when the light comes up, when the light goes down, with the sun, when the sun goes up and the sun goes down. So the circadian rhythm is an important rhythm to have. When the sun goes down, it's time to, you know, retrieve. It's time to get cozy and comfy and whatever. And I've consistently had a shite sleep schedule. I understand. Do hard things. Yes, my brain somewhere got mixed up with do hard things, liking to hard life and wanting to be comfortable. It's not that at all. No, 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 no. Do hard things. Do hard things mean like do new things that are new that are hard to do, you know? It's good for your brain connection, you know, all the, you know, creating neuro, I forgot the name. Oh gosh, brain health. Come on, Sushi. Yes. Oh, you know what? When Vinny was born, I was really good. Yeah, exactly. Challenge yourself to stay sharp, learning new things, reading new books, just learning, learning, learning. We're here to learn and grow, right? And that's about, I think, the gist of it. Um, yes, neurodivergent. Yes. Divergent. Yes, neurodivergent. I had it right the first time. Just how is it a secret when it's on YouTube? It's not a secret. It's not that it's a secret. It's a secret because people. It's just the formula, you know. It's a formula that to follow to. It's a formula to follow to try to get the best of you out and have a lot of secrets are on YouTube, by the way. It's just your choice to, you know, look at it and embrace it and learn it and expose yourself to it, right? There's a lot of secrets in books. There's a lot of it's not really a secret because it's out there. You're right, but it's a secret because not a lot of people apply to in regular life, in the regular modern day, the way life is today. You know, it's you're gonna call Indiana Jones? Yes, let's go find the treasure. Yes. Yes, so that video was very good for me. And I hope that you guys could get something out of it. It's like you said, motivational videos is not just about, you know, you feel inspired, you have that good feeling inside yourself and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it, and then you go right back to scrolling, doom scrolling, you know. So I was doing really good for a while until I got lost, you know, in video gaming, and also COVID helped with that a lot when COVID started happening, and we weren't allowed to go outside and do a lot of the things that I was used to do that was really good for my mental health. I started gaming again, but like gaming a lot, because gaming for me was just a winter thing. Okay, it's winter, it's dark out. I don't really like going outside in the winter, I'm not gonna lie, because I got frostbite on my toes and a little bit on my fingers, and it hurts to be out in the cold for too long. I get like super pale fingers, and like got Rene syndrome a lot. I must apply a better sleep schedule. Your morning starts the night before, like he says, is exactly. That is very useful advice, 100%. And a lot of us have a hard time understanding that, right? Because I can get a 5-hour sleep, and okay, it's fine. I know I have to wake up that early tomorrow. I'm just gonna make it happen. But then, your mind is not as sharp as it would have been if you went to bed early and got a nice full night's sleep. Because when you get a full night's sleep, your whole body gets to rest. And when you don't do that, I think it gets a little, dysregulated, unregulated. I don't know how to say it in English, but like, it's not regulated well. So you get anxious, you get grumpy and stuff. I noticed that myself, and I noticed that even on my son. So even on the weekends, I used to say, yeah, I want to stay up to 1 a.m, on the weekend, on a Friday or a Saturday, just one day. But now I'm starting to realize that the day after, even if he has a full 8 to 9, 10 hours sleep, he's still different. There's something, he's more emotional. He's not as patient as he usually is. And so I'm learning to cut that all. And all of my close friends have noticed, all of my gaming friends have noticed that I have really slowed down on the whole staying up late and stuff. Really have slowed down a lot on that. I'm trying to really, and I would really suggest everybody do the same in a way. Try to not have the super late nights. It's fun. It is fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun to stay up, and maybe once in a while it's okay, but I think on a regular basis we should probably not. Mental health starts with a good sleep. Starting at the sleep time and stuff. I'm miserable the next day when I stay up. Same Cloudy, same. I noticed that I am way less patient. I'm flustered, and I'm not as clear. I'm not as quick, sharp. And so, and like, what was his name? Oh, yeah, I think that would be a great video actually on that topic about, sleep schedule and stuff. The video from Andrew Uberman would be a great one. Forsaken Nate, thank you for the lurks so much. I think that's a good reminder, the Andrew Uberman video on sleep schedule. And that's one thing that Doug does really well. And it's inspiring. Doug, he wakes up at 5:36 in the morning every morning, but he goes to bed early. Also, he has his time to go to bed, and this is probably one of the reasons why he's so strong today. Doug's a very, very, very strong man, and I really admire him, and I'm very grateful. Yes, I don't know when, and I should have asked them at that actually, because that's a good point. Because he's been, since I've known him, he has his sleep schedule. He doesn't shut his phone off, so people that know him knows that if they call him, he's going to be waking up. And so we're all aware of his sleep schedule, and we respect it, but he keeps it on in case someone has an emergency. He doesn't want to shut it off. He shuts all notifications off, and so did I. All my Snap friends know, all my notifications are off on my phone. My Discord notification is off. I have no notifications on except for phone calls, actual phone calls, because if it's important, you can answer it, Young Boy Joker, hello Young Boy Joker, how you doing? Welcome in. First time chatter. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday. I need to do better with my sleep. I think I've been improving. I think so too. Yes, for sure. Happy Monday. And let's all have a great, fantastic Monday going forward. From today, I think just finished work finally. Ooh, yes! Let's go. Awesome. That's great. Yes. So yes, like like this guy was saying about the whole sleep thing. Andrew Uberman has a fantastic video on circadian rhythm. I'm gonna have a quick look here and try to find that. I'm pretty sure I can find it really quick. Oh yes, okay, so it's 12 minutes long. It's not too long, so I think that would be a good one. If you guys are interested, would you guys be interested in watching that about the circadian rhythm and how light affects, how the circadian rhythm and light affects mental health? Finally, yes, please. Okay, let's do it. I would definitely do that. It was an interesting and very important video for me. I'm making Tyler watch the video you just showed us. Oh yes. If you want, I can send you the link for that. Actually, in fact, I will. I will post all the links for the videos that I showed today on the mental health page on Shenanigans. Okay, I will put all of their links in there when I'm done the stream. So, okay, here we go. And I have to turn this back up. I have to turn this pause. And so guys, this is Andrew Uberman. He has his own channel. He is on somebody else's podcast, but what he talks about is very important to know. And but if you really want to hear science-based, because he's science-based stuff, he goes to studies and all. It's all science-based. Everything he talks about is science-based. So yeah, his name is Andrew Uberman, and he has a YouTube channel that is extremely helpful if you want to know about science. He talks about addiction. He talks about a lot of really good subjects. He interviews other people too, other doctors and stuff. So yeah, he's fantastic. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this.
That's what happens when you look at morning sunlight. You're advancing your circadian clock. Translated to English or non-nerd speak, you're making it such that you will want to go to bed a little bit earlier and wake up a little bit earlier the next day. There's a long-standing interest in the relationship between light and mental health and physical health. And we can throw up some very well agreed upon bullet points. First of all, there is such a thing as seasonal affective disorder. It doesn't just impact people living at really northern locations, but basically there's a correlation between day length and mood and mental health, such that for many people, not all, but for many people, when days are longer in the spring and summer, they feel better. They report fewer depressive symptoms. And conversely, when days are shorter, significantly more people report feeling lower mood and affect. Okay, so there's a longstanding treatment for seasonal affective disorder, which is to give people exposure to very bright light, especially in the morning. The way that that's normally accomplished is with these SAD lamps, seasonal affective disorder lamps. And those lamps are basically bright, meaning more than 10,000 lux lights that they place on their kitchen counter or at their table in the morning or in their office. So they're getting a lot of bright light. That is proven to be fairly effective for the treatment of seasonal affective disorder. What's less understood is how light exposure in the middle of the night can negatively impact mood and health. And so where we are headed with this is that there seems to be, based on the conclusions of this new study, a powerful and independent role of both daytime light exposure and nighttime dark exposure for mental health. Now, a couple of other key points. The biological mechanisms for all this are really well established. There's a set of cells in the neural retina, which aligns the back of your eye. They're sometimes called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells. They're sometimes called melanopsin retinal ganglion cells. We'll talk about those in a bit of detail in a moment. It's well known that those cells are the ones that respond to two different types of light input. not one, but 2 different types of light input, and send information to the hypothalamus where your master circadian clock resides. And then your master circadian clock sends out secretory signals, so peptides, hormones, but also neural signals to the brain and body and say, hey, now it's daytime, now it's nighttime. Be awake, be asleep. But it goes way beyond that. These melanopsin intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, we know, also project to areas of the brain like the habenula, which can trigger negative affect, negative mood. They can trigger the release of dopamine or the suppression of dopamine, the release of serotonin, the suppression of serotonin. And so they're not just cells for setting your circadian clock. They also have a direct line, literally one synapse away, into the structures of the brain that we know powerfully control mood. So the mechanistic basis for all this is there. So there's just a couple of other key points to understand for people to really be able to digest the data in this paper fully. There are basically 2 types of stimuli that these cells respond to. One is very bright light, as we just talked about. That's why getting a lot of daytime sunlight is correlated with elevated mood. That's why looking at a 10,000 lux artificial lamp can offset seasonal affective disorder.
By the way, just a couple questions on that. How many lux does the sun provide on a sunny day at noon?
Okay, great question. So if you're out in the sun with no cloud cover or minimal cloud cover in the middle of the day at noon, chances are it's over 100,000 lux. On a really bright day, could be 300,000 lux, okay? Most indoor environments, even though they might seem very bright, I like to think of your kind of like department store with the bright lights. Believe it or not, that's probably only closer to 6,000 lux maximum and probably more like 4,000 lux. Most brightly lit indoor environments are not that bright when it comes down to total photon energy. Now, here's the interesting thing. On a cloudy day, when you're outside, it can be as bright as or an average of 100,000 lux, but it won't seem that bright because you don't, quote unquote, see the sun. But it's also because when there's cloud cover, a lot of those long wavelengths of light, such as orange and red light, aren't coming through. However, and this is so important, the circadian clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, it sums photons. It's a photon summing system. So basically, if you're outside in 8,000 lux, very overcast UK winter day, and you're walking around, hopefully without sunglasses, because sunglasses are going to filter a lot of those photons out, your circadian clock is summing the photons. So it's an integration mechanism. It's not triggered in a moment. And actually the experiments of recording from these cells, first done by David Burson at Brown, were historic in the field of visual neuroscience. When you shone bright light on these intrinsically photosensitive cells, you could crank up the intensity of the light and the neurons would ramp up their membrane potential and then start spiking, firing action potentials, long trains of action potentials that have been shown to go on for hours. And so that's this signal that's propagating into the whole brain and body. Okay, so the important thing to understand is this is not a quick switch. That's why I suggest on non-cloudy days, we'll call them, that people get 10 minutes or so of sunlight in their eyes in the early part of the day, another 10 minimum in the later part of the day, as much sunlight in their eyes as they safely can throughout the day. But since you're a physician, I should just, and you had a guest on talking about this recently, when the sun is low in the sky, low solar angle sunlight, that's really the key time for reasons we'll talk about in a moment. And when the sun is low in the sky, you run very, very little risk of inducing cataract by looking in the general direction of the sun. You should still blink as needed to protect the eyes. It's when the sun is overhead and there's all those photons coming in quickly in a short period of time that you do have to be concerned about cataract and macular degeneration if you're getting too much daytime sunlight. So the idea is sunglasses in the middle of the day are fine, but you really should avoid using them in the early and later part of the day unless you're driving into the sun and you need, for safety reasons.
Another question, Andrew.
Yeah.
If a person is indoors, but they have large windows, so they're getting tons of sunlight into their space, they don't even need ambient indoor light. How much of the photons are making it through the glass, and how does that compare to this effect?
Yeah, in general, unless the light is coming directly through the window, most of the relevant wavelengths are filtered out.
In other words, if you can't see the sun through the window, even if sufficient light is being provided, that's insufficient to trigger this phenomenon?
That's right. However, if you have, windows on your roof, which some people do, skylights, that makes the situation much, much better. In fact, the neurons that in the eye that signal to the circadian clock and these mood centers in the brain reside mainly in the bottom 2/3 of the neural retina and are responsible for looking up. Basically, they're gathering light from above. These cells are also very low resolution, so think of them as big pixels. They're not interested in patterns and edges and movement. They're interested in how much ambient light there happens to be. Now, keep in mind that this mechanism is perhaps the most well-conserved mechanism in cellular organisms. So and I'll use that as a way to frame up the 4 types of light that one needs to see every 24 hours for optimal health. And when I say optimal health, I really mean mental health and physical health, but we're going to talk about mental health mainly today in this paper. There's an absolutely beautiful evolutionary story whereby single cell organisms, all the way to humans, dogs, rabbits, and everything in between, have at least 2 cone opsins, one that responds to short wavelength light, aka blue light, and another one that responds to longer wavelength light, orange and red. So your dogs have this, we have this, and it's a comparison mechanism in these cells of the eye, these neurons of the eye. They compare contrast between blues and orange, or sometimes blues and reds and pinks, which are also all long wavelength light. There are 2 times of day when the sky is enriched with blues, oranges, pinks, and reds. And that's low solar angle sunlight at sunrise and in the evening. These cells are uniquely available to trigger the existence of those wavelengths of light early in the day and in the evening, not in the middle of the day. So these cells have these 2 cone photopigments, and they say, how much blue light is there? How much red light is there, or orange light? And the subtraction between those 2 triggers the signal for them to fire the signal off to the circadian clock of the brain. And that's why I say, look at low solar angle sunlight early in the day. What that does is what we call it is phase advances the clock. This can get a little technical, and we don't want to get too technical here, but think about pushing your kid on a swing. The period of that swing, the duration of that swing, is a little bit longer than 12 hours, okay? So when you stand closer to the kid, so your kid swings back and you give it a push, you're shortening the period, right? You're not allowing the swing to come all the way up. That's what happens when you look at morning sunlight. You're advancing your circadian clock. Translated to English or non-nerd speak, you're making it such that you will want to go to bed a little bit earlier and wake up a little bit earlier the next day. In the evening, when you view low solar angle sunlight, so in the afternoon setting sun or evening setting sun, you do the exact opposite. You're phase delaying the clock. It's the equivalent of your kid being at the very top of the arc. And so it's gone, maybe 12 and a half hour, let's say 12 and a half hours is the duration of that swing. And you run up and you push them from behind and give them a little more push. That's the equivalent of making yourself stay up a little later and wake up a little later. These 2 signals average so that your clock stays stable. You don't drift, meaning you're not waking up earlier every single day or going to sleep later every single day. This is why it's important to view low solar angle sunlight in the morning and again in the evening as often as possible. And it's done by that readout of those 2 photopigments. Now, midday sun, which contains its bright light, but you see it as white light, contains all of those wavelengths at equal intensity. So the middle of the day is the so-called circadian dead zone. In the middle of the day, bright light triggers the activation of the other opsin, the melanopsin, which increases mood, increases feelings of well-being, has some other consequences, but you can't shift your circadian clock by viewing the sun in the middle of the day because it's in the circadian dead zone. It's the equivalent of pushing your kid on the swing when they're at the bottom of the arc. You can get a little bit more, but not much. And in biological terms, you get nothing. So this is why looking at sunlight in the middle of the day is great, but it's not going to help anchor your sleep-wake cycle. And if you think about it, this is incredible, right? Every organism, from single cells to us has this mechanism to know when the sun is rising and when the sun is setting, and it's a color comparison mechanism, which tells us that actually color vision evolved first, not for pattern vision, not for seeing beautiful sunsets and recognizing that's beautiful, or paintings or things of that sort, but rather for setting the circadian clock.
So I hope you guys got something good out of this. I find this video quite fantastic. It is a lot of information because it's all science based, you know, research and all that stuff. But he's trying to make his weekend go on. That's funny. Oh yeah, no, I know. Hydrate with my water. Water with a little cranberry juice splash in there. Yeah, it's all about discipline, right? I know, no. I get it. So light is so good, vitamin D2. Well, vitamin gums, it comes from the sun. That's why he was emphasizing that in the winter. You should, you know, make sure you have extra. I'm the same in the winter time. I take, you know, my supplement, my vitamin D supplement, because we don't have enough. It's always cloudy, so you don't get as much sun, and you know the days are shorter, so you don't get as much sun, right? Yeah, exactly. He does, but even his nerd speak, it's kind of hard sometimes to actually understand, right? The whole thing. There's a lot of information, and that's why I love Andrew Uberman. He tries to do the nerd speak kind of thing, you know, and try to make it so us lay people can actually understand what he's talking about. And it's good. So he does have a lot of good information. It's I think his channel is called Andrew Uberman Lab. But he was on somebody else's podcast that one time. But he's really fantastic. A lot of information. Hi Shigagaki, thank you for stopping by. Thank you. I hope you guys could take some good stuff out of today. So maybe today we would think about this, and because there was a lot of different things, but I think that doing hard things doesn't mean doing everything, but maybe it just means doing one small thing that future you will be proud of, you know. Like Doug was talking about today, and also Brian something, I forgot his name. Oh my gosh, the first video I showed, which I will post the link on the mental health session right after the stream is done. All the links will be there for you guys, and maybe I should also add Andrew Uberman Lab link over there too, if anyone is interested. So yeah, we'll do a small thing that we're proud of every single day that are a little bit harder than the day before. And we don't have to be fearless. We just have to be willing, right? And do one step at a time. And the one thing is strength. Being strong isn't doing hard things when you feel ready to do the hard things. It's like it's doing them when every part of you wants to run and wants to go back to the comfortable part. It's just you choose yourself, and you choose to do that one extra step every day, every single day. Just one new thing, right? And I haven't played this in a while. It's a 5-minute video, and it's the grateful one. So think about something that you're grateful for today. I'm proud that I'm doing this room painting myself, and not only painting off financially but with confidence. Nice, good. And then when you're done, it's gonna look so good, and you're gonna be so proud of it, right? And it's gonna make you feel better and stuff. So that's good. It's good. I'm proud of you, Savage. That's awesome. Hello Max. We're at the end of the stream here, but I have one more video to show, and it's the grateful one. So this grateful video has a lot of perspective, Actually, let me put on my thing because I'm gonna just find it real quick. Da 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 da. There we go. Here we go. I got it. Yes. Let's do this. You're dark. Okay. So every time I listen to this video, myself, this is what I do. I close my eyes and I embrace it, because a lot of us don't realize how much we have to be grateful for. We take so much for granted. And one of the things was at my house, Vinny and I have to be very diligent about what time we have showers, because we have a family of 5 upstairs, and we shared the hot water tank. And when they turn up, whatever. So I used to complain a lot about this, and until we got our water cut off for a whole week, because one of the water burst and we had no water at all. And I miss having running water. It was just such a thing we don't think about, to have running water. And I was like, oh my gosh, and I was complaining that the water was hot or cold, I had running water. Oh my goodness, what was I thinking? And so the water came back, and now we have water again. And but I don't complain about it anymore. We just try to manage having showers when either they're not here, or early, like in the morning when everybody leaves to go to school and work and stuff, and then shower in the morning, or before they come. So we just learn to adapt. Yes. Anyways, this is just about being grateful, because we all have something to be grateful for. Even when life is miserable, it can be. I've been there. There was always something to be grateful for. Okay. So let's just be aware of that. And I'm gonna put this up and let's go. Yeah, I haven't played this in a while, and it's a classic on Mental Health Mondays. All right. So let's embrace it. If you want to close your eyes, go ahead. Take some deep breaths and just enjoy.
You think this is just another day in your life? It's not just another day. It's the one day that is given to you. Today. It's a gift. It's the only gift that you have right now. And the only appropriate response is gratefulness. If you learn to respond as if it were the first day in your life and the very last day, then you will have spent this day very well. Begin by opening your eyes and be surprised that you have eyes you can open. That incredible array of colors that is constantly offered to us for pure enjoyment. Look at the sky. We so rarely look at the sky. We so rarely note how different it is from moment to moment, with clouds coming and going. Open your eyes, look at that. Look at the faces of people whom you meet. Each one has an incredible story behind their face. Not only their own story, but the story of their ancestors. All that life from generations and from so many places all over the world flows together and meets you here like a life-giving water if you only open your heart and drink. Open your heart to the incredible gifts that civilization gives to us. You flip a switch and there is electric light. Turn a faucet and there is warm water and cold water and drinkable water. A gift that millions and millions in the world will never experience. And so I wish you that you will open your heart to all these blessings and let them flow through you. That everyone whom you will meet on this day will be blessed by you, just by your presence. Let the gratefulness overflow into blessing all around you. And then it will really be a good day.
A network for grateful living. Gratefulness is really important, 100%. So I hope today was good to you guys. I hope that this stream was able to add something positive in your life. And thank you all for being here and being open-minded, and open to watching these things with me. And thank you for giving me a chance with my video, my own thing, because it's something that I want to do more, is to create my own mental health content. And Doug was the first one. So I hope that you guys enjoy that, and there'll be more of that coming for sure. It takes time to get those things done, obviously. It is a lot of work. I don't have, I have some good editing things, but I'm learning it all. And I know that there's ways to make things faster and easier, but it's all learning, right? Thank you so much, Joe Guy Rich. Yes, I'm very passionate about mental health. I have lost loved ones to mental health illnesses, and in their own lives and stuff like that. And it's been always a topic to me that it's been really important to put it out there. There's not enough mental awareness out there, and it might not be the same thing to everybody to to be mindful about that. It might be different. We're all different. We all have different expectations and things like that. So a lot of us don't think I've missed an MHM since the first. Oh, good. Thank you for putting that together. It was fantastic. Gotta grab life by the balls. Yes, you gotta grab life by the balls, like Doug said, and squeeze. Like, take it in. Let's go. Yes, for sure. I want to say special thanks for Doug to taking the time. We had a fantastic day. Thank you, Doug, for taking the time to talk to me and do this. And thank you for being a part of my life. And you've always been very special for me. And thank you for being my Canadian dad. Thank you for taking me as your adopted daughter here in this country that I don't have family in. You're a family. You're close to my heart. You're a big family to me. And I love you very much. And I hope you know that. Okay? Doug and I, we had our differences before. But, real friends, real close friends, we work things out. We talk and we work things out. We're not going to agree on everything ever. We're all different, right? And Doug and I, we had our times, and we worked things out. And every single time that you have a friend or a family that you have contrast and you work things out, you're gonna come out of that stronger as a relationship, being friendship, loving family, romantic relationship, whatever it is, online relationship, whatever it is that we have. If you give it time to work on it, and you open and you share your point of view, when you open about it, it will emerge from that stronger. Okay, it's very, very easy to run away, and even in like personal life, because online life is real life. Well, we're all people, we're all in different places, but we're all people, and we have a relationship right here, on Discord or stream or whatever it is. It's still real, it's not fake. But in personal people also, it's very easy for you to just avoid them because they did something and you don't want to deal with it. But it's important for you to face it. If you care enough about the person, you will face it and you will talk, right? And that's Doug and I went through something very hard, actually. I think it was 2024, and we worked it out. And we came out of there much stronger. Every time we went through a little contrast and we worked it out, we came out of it stronger. We could have chosen to just not talk to each other anymore, but we didn't. Him and I are both stubborn people. We're both stubborn. We have some things that we're stubborn about, but we talk about it and we get it over with, right? And that's I think, with family, with friends, and everybody, I think it's important to work these things out and just keep going. You're gonna go stronger. Your relationship's gonna be stronger, and that's just my little piece of advice there. So I'm just trying to figure out a rating time, and it's rating time, and I was looking for another mental health person. Oh, Jimmy's live. Techno. Oh my gosh. Hi, Techno Ninja. How you doing? What time is it for you there? I wonder what time is it for you. Speaking of getting old, guess who has a birthday in 5 days? Oh, that's me. I'm getting younger. Yes. 45 years young. That's Maya. Yeah. Just a bit tired. Oh, 11 p.m. Right. 11 p.m. Oh, yeah, it's getting late for you. That's true. It's good you've been keeping busy. Keeping busy is good. Yeah, as long as you don't forget to care for yourself. And I've been cleaning my apartment from like 5 p.m. Oh my gosh. The immortal sushi. I know. Right. Okay. I can't hear what Jimmy's saying, but oh my gosh. There's rumors going around that you killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Is that true? Oh my gosh, I don't even know who that person is. So, oh my gosh, I didn't know who that person was either. No, I'm kidding. I didn't kill anybody. I don't even know who that person was. Who's that person? I started World War One. Oh my gosh, don't sweat it. At least you're being productive. Yeah, it's important to be productive. I age. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't know. There's something, my camera, I don't have filters, by the way, but there's something, it's not showing all my wrinkles. Like, I have way more wrinkles than it shows on my camera right now. This is funny. But yeah. Especially when I'm out in sunlight, you can see all of this. Like, oh my gosh, I have so many. I have these two lines here, and I have a smile in the middle, which looks like it's like a squinty smile. Like two lines here, and it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, when you're out in the sun, you can see a lot better. When you're out in natural light, you can see like, oh, yes, lots of like, I have lines here, and Yeah, but it's okay because you embrace it. We are gonna go through it, right? So I mean, unless we die young, which is unfortunate. Um, but we are gonna go through it as we age. And one thing I don't want to do, I don't want to do plastic surgery. I want to have the full experience. My hairs are getting gray. I know you can't see because I have like, you can't really see, but I have a ton of gray hairs now coming up, like a lot of them, especially on the side here. I have a bunch of gray hairs over here, and I like it. It's fine. It's part of being the human experience, right? So yeah, it's good. I think it's good, you know, to have that experience. I'm blessed to have that experience, if that makes any sense. I have a lot of Dave. I have way more than last time we saw each other. I have way more gray hairs than last time we saw each other. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very puzzled that the camera doesn't pick them up, but they don't. So yeah, no, but I do have a lot of them. Yes, a lot of them. Hey, you guys want me to rate out someone playing a game, or like I'm just trying to figure out who I should rate out to. You have a lot of gray hair too. Yeah, it's the best. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm actually an adult, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's super fun. I have fun. When they first started coming, I was plucking them all the time, and then it was like, oh my gosh, I have too many of them now. I can't just pluck them, otherwise, I'm losing hair. I'm having gray hair. I'm gonna keep my gray hair. I'm not gonna pluck them anymore. But now, if I was to pluck them, I'll have way less hair. So, I just embrace them. If I've plucked mine, I lose half my beard. Yes. Yeah, I don't mind if it's not a mental health stream as long as it's not like a super aggressive game or anything like that, you know? That's all. On Mondays, I like to keep it pretty chill, if you know what I mean. Yes. And by the way, guys, this Friday is going to be my next stream, and I'm going to start at 3 a.m. my time, which is 6 a.m. Eastern. And I'm going to be doing I'm not gonna promise, but I'm going to try my best. I last time I did a 24 hour, I did a 25 hour. So I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream for my birthday. I'm gonna start the day before my birthday, and I'm going to do the whole passing of my birthday on stream. And I'm going to have some like bit goals and sub goals and stuff. And one of them is this. It's an actual extreme sour pickle. I don't like pickles. I like sour. I don't like pickles. But I thought this would be a good one. I know. I don't like pickles. I like just the tiny pickles, the crispy ones. Yes. I only like the really tiny ones. I don't like, to me, the big pickles, they're disgusting. I don't like the texture, the flavor, nothing. But this is an actual sour pickle. It's gonna be there. I have a few fun little things to happen that day, and it's gonna be just a whole day of just fun and whatever, you know. That's a mega pickle. It's big. I know. I know. Yes. You think you would like that, Savage? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Um, but yeah. So Friday. Bank melons. Hey, I found a mental health Monday girl. She was just playing the ukulele. She just stopped. Happy early birthday. Thank you. I'll be forever 29. Kidding. Oh, she's about to play the ukulele again. You guys want to rate her? Her name is Pinky Mellows. Let's have a quick look here. Scene. I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go to. Oh, why is it not happening? Oh shit! Sorry. I shouldn't show that. Oh, okay. It's better now. Okay, no problem. Where's Pink Melon Girl? I can't find her. Okay, I'm just gonna put her name here. It's Pink. No, it's not Pink. Oh my gosh, Sushi. Come on, Pink. Oh, Pinky Melons. Yeah, Pinky Melons.
And sometimes I gotta say no. Usually I say yes, but I let them know in advance. I'm like, I would love to help, but I you know, I only have so much.
I think she'll be great.
And time to do that. She was really nice about it. Okay, that's good.
Sushi
That is
actually
really
stopped
nice
for me. I know.
that she's understanding and stuff. They sound really cool, Meta. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
this.
no, this is like just random, you know what I mean?
First, than to save 5 people and not save yourself. Yes.
Just random, a random person that we don't know. I don't follow her or anything. I would definitely follow her.
Rather than not.
She
save
seems
yourself
sweet. I know.
Yeah. It's like the whole airplane analogy. This is my favorite analogy to use. When you listen to the airplane,
I think it's nice to just rate, you know,
the
new
air mask
people
will fall from
and
the ceiling should anything happen. Always,
you know,
always secure your own mask first before you help anyone else with their mask, even if you are flying with child. Even if
she
you are
has
flying with
MHM in her
baby.
title, exactly.
You know, even if there's elderly
Exactly.
people around you, you are of no use if you are dead. Okay, you cannot help anybody if you yourself.
I'm going to pause her really quick. And I want to thank you guys again for being here today and being here. A lot of you guys are coming every Monday, and I really appreciate that. And open. I am going to have 2 weeks of casual conversations, and then on April 13th, I have a guest coming in here. Her name is Barbara Bush, and thank you, Max. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day too. Please drive safe in that crazy traffic that it is, the city. Barbara Bush and I are going to be talking about nutrition and gut health and mental health. Made it home. Good stuff. Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, so not in 2 weeks from now, well, April 13th, and I'm going to be making a flyer and all that stuff. It's gonna be another big one. So yeah. Anyways, thank you all for being here again. Another big huge thanks for Doug. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. I am going to be putting out the VOD, but also I'm going to be making his video public on YouTube, because I have his video on YouTube already, so he could show his family and friends. And yeah, so if you want to just watch Doug's video, it will be on YouTube by itself, but I'm also going to have the VOD up if anybody wants to watch. I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. And hey, I'll see you on Friday for my birthday long stream. I'm going to rest for the rest of the week and make everything ready. And Techno Ninja was there for my very first 24-hour too. Dark Techno Ninja. You guys were there for my very first 24-hour stream, and you saw how terrible it was. I mean, the end of it. I fell asleep, yes, a few times. At the very end, at my desk. It was bad. But then the second one was much better. And so this is going to be like really good too. And anyways, let's show what's her name? Pinky Melons some love, and much love going to all of you guys. Thank you again for being here today. And Sushi out.